Hey, today we're going to talk about the Opus1 Gouger machine and a new tool that we have that will help you diagnose issues with the machine and also to adjust the center measurement of your gouge curve in a more precise manner. This is a little dial indicator which is attached to a bracket and it reads in metric, and this dial indicator then attaches to the top surface of the carriage, which we'll do in just a second, and it has a little arm here in the front that goes down through a little porthole in the front guide, comes out the bottom here, and then allows this arm to go down and touch the surface of the bed. So when it's closed and you have this attached here like this, you are able to see basically what the blade sees when it's gouging. So, for example, if you want to change your center thickness, to say it's gouging at 61 or 62 in the center, and you want to make it 59 or 60 in the center, you will gouge a piece of cane and find out what you currently have. So it's 62. So you'll put the dial indicator inside there, like this. I will undo this top screw. And I will place the screw through the bracket. I'll put the arm of the dial indicator through that hole in the front guide, and then I will line up the screw for the bracket that goes to the carriage. Now it's locked onto the Opus1 Gouger like that. Now the second step is to raise it up, and you have to move it slightly so that the arm centers in the hole and allows free movement of the indicator, like that. Make sure we're centered. Okay, so now that's centered. I will close it on the machine, and so I will then look and I will see that I'm gouging, let's say, at 61 in the center, so I'll change this indication, put this down, so that it reads, so that when it's closed, it's reading 61 on the dial indicator, just like the piece of cane came out a second ago when I gouged it. And then I will adjust the parallels or this cantilever arm by either loosening the parallel and sliding it. In this case, I'll slide it to the left until the needle goes down to 60 and then retighten it. Or I can actually slightly loosen this lock screw to the cantilever arm and back off this top screw here for the cantilever arm until it goes down to 60, and then keeping pressure down on the carriage, then tightening this screw back for the cantilever arm. It's probably easier to work with the parallels at first, but you have both options in making this adjustment. But once you read 60, tighten things back down and you should be in good shape. Now, one other fun thing about this dial indicator is that once you have things set, you can check to make sure your parallels are still parallel. Like sometimes when you tighten the parallels, if you don't press down like this on both sides of the parallels, as you tighten this screw, and you just tighten it, the parallels could pitch slightly. And even a small shift can make a difference in your measurement. So I always want to have you press on both sides of these parallels as you tighten the screw. So to check this though, you can then close the carriage. Now there's no cane in here when you're doing all this stuff. I will drag this carriage back and forth and I'll watch the needle on the dial indicator, and it should stay the same the whole way from left to right on the bed. And if it stays true, then we know that the parallels are parallel. And another good test about this, if you're gouging your cane and you notice, for example, that your center measurement changes from end to end. Let's say it's 60 in the center and it's 63 on the ends, or it's just not the same from one side of the piece of cane to the other. And your parallels are measuring indeed flat with the dial indicator. You know that you probably have too much blade exposed because it's then ripping the cane. But if it's not ripping and your parallels are off, that's probably what's causing your issue. So you need to make sure that you seat the parallels down correctly and then use the dial indicator to double check to make sure that the parallels are indeed parallel. And that's how you use the dial indicator. Now when you finish, you don't gouge cane with the dial indicator in place. So you'll unscrew it and put the lock screw back into its place until it's tight. And then you're ready to gouge cane. All right, thank you so much, and please come back for more videos. I hope to have videos at the Gouger University on the Opus1 Gouger site, posting pretty regularly as my schedule permits. But I hope to have that to be a pretty robust site, ultimately, and a good place to have a good resource place for students to go and learn about gouging and how to make adjustments to your gouger and all kinds of fun things like that. So if you have any questions, please contact me through my email at robindriscolloboe@gmail.com or visit the website and leave a comment there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.